before we get into this live today, guys, let's sit down and talk for a second. I want to truly thank the 3 channels that are coming on here with me and talking about WandaVision. These guys have spent a lot of their life just learning about WandaVision through comic books and different sources. So we need to truly thank these guys, JKL Awesome, Discovery Bay Comics, Mr. TechBot, for coming on here and educating us about WandaVision and everything there is to know about the MC universe. And I hope that I said that right, the MC universe and everything that they know that they've spent so long learning about. And I talk a whole lot about checking out my membership and checking out the Patreon only giveaway, and I still want y'all to go check those out. But I also want y'all to go check out these channels, and I want y'all to go check out their memberships, and I want y'all to go check out their Patreon only, because these are all really awesome channels. And if you're not subscribed to these guys already, you must be living under a rock somewhere. But right now is the universe telling you that it's time to go check them out. So if you'll go down to the description below, you'll see every one of them. And I want to say that it starts off with JK Awesome. So go to his channel, make sure you're subscribed. Go to Discovery Bay Comics, make sure you're subscribed. Go to Mr. TechBot, make sure you are subscribed. But while you are there, guys, go check out their Patreons, go check out their memberships. All of these guys have really awesome channels, and I can't thank them enough for coming on here and educating us about the WandaVision and the Marvel universe. It's been a really cool journey, and we're going to continue to go down it. So expect lots of spoilers, expect lots of laughs, and expect a lot of fun. And thank you for hanging out with us.
What's up?
I like that.
How far we've come. Wow.
How are we doing, guys?
Oh man, that was great.
Oh,
awesomeness, as usual, awesomeness.
Glad y'all liked it.
Great job, man. Great job on that. Thank you so much for the kind words.
Oh, you're welcome. But they changed the way that you can work this program now, and I think that the way they've changed this program, StreamYard, is genius. It's just genius for small content creators like us that are trying to push the envelope a little, right? I think it's really cool. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. What an episode we have today. This episode, more questions and answers.
Wow. Just so everybody knows that we don't get together and do any creative stuff behind the scenes. This is we get on live and kind of just roll with the flow, and there's no script to this show or anything.
Yeah,
I do have 50 images. I don't know if we'll use them all, but I have 50 images cut from this show.
I do not have my notes as I usually do. It's been kind of a crazy 24 hours, really. So, but I have watched it twice, and so JKL is our note man today. By the way.
Oh, geez, I don't know. I'll try.
I'm putting all pressure on him.
I can't
since he wasn't there last night and all.
Listen, I had to get my kids, man. I did watch it, though. It was a great stream. I'm mad I missed it because I wanted to be a part of that, man. Celebrate your 1,000. Congrats.
Yes, congratulations, Chris. 1,000.
I was watching, and I was like, I was supposed to be there. I was even telling my daughter, I was like, that was supposed to be me.
I got lucky to get a great group of people that came on and then joined. What's funny is I just threw out a bunch of invites. And I didn't realize until after I got everybody on. I'm like, holy crap! I pulled off like an all-star crew.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, you got the all-stars, and I'm sitting on the sidelines like,
I should be
freaking kids. Don't have kids.
I did get a great everything. I told Wayne we're gonna have to get him on this panel one of these days. I had a great conversation even after the live. Mind you, I was tired. I was up for like 24 hours at this point. But I was talking to BOP afterwards, and he wants to jump in this panel. He's excited for it. So we got to bring him in here one of these days.
Well, listen, all these times I'm running late or can't make it, jump him in there, man. Yeah, you know my job. Especially on the weekends when they're doing track work and stuff, they can throw me almost anywhere. So yeah, on the weekends, if they mess me up too badly, then I won't be here. So yeah, get him in there.
Just remember, for anybody new in the chat, if you have not watched episode 6, you're about to be told exactly everything about it.
We're gonna go scene by scene. But
don't like telling anybody to leave the chat, but
I made sure the thumbnail had it on there twice.
It did.
It has spoilers all over the place.
All over the description.
So there was no confusion.
But I got to tell you something I'm having a lot of fun with right now, guys. And if you're a hardcore Marvel person as I am, and you're into the cinematic universe like we are, I watch it by myself with nobody near me, no children, no wife, no nothing. Just no notes. Just the first time I watch it, I just watch it so I could take it in, right? And then I immediately pull out my notebook and I watch it a second time. And then at some point later on during the course of the day, I ask my wife to watch it. Now this is where it's fun, because I don't watch it. I watch her. Watching it and see all the things that just whoosh, right over it, and it makes no sense, because she doesn't read the comic books, doesn't catch the references, doesn't catch any of it, but she still is enjoying the show and has her own theories on what's going on. Kind of outlandish. We'll get to that later.
Don't forget, the devil is in the details.
Dude. Damn Funko people.
So when you're watching your wife, I'm the one that's going.
Yeah,
and then I back it up and I watch it again, and then I back it up and I
honestly think one of these days, even though we all watch it, we should all just do a live stream, just with us, not an actual public live stream.
We can
do
record
an actual live stream of watching Wayne watch WandaVision.
Watching Wayne watch the whole MCU. I'm telling you, from Iron Man up, we need to just sit and watch him watch.
No, he said he finally watched Iron Man 1 recently.
Yes.
Why aren't you doing your first time watching videos, man? Those are popular.
I don't really watch TV that much. I got to be honest. I don't really get into the TV.
No, but if you're going to do these Marvel movies that you've never
seen, I'm catching up.
Because
don't just watch them. Record reaction watching them so that we can see you watching them.
Dude,
Look, the people in the chat are voting. They want the reaction video. The way reaction
will be priceless.
Videos,
you're gonna finally hear something in a movie that we've been talking about forever, and we're like, "Oh my god, I finally
got it!" Exactly.
I'm watching them in order. I started off with Iron Man. I just watched Captain, and then Miss Marvel comes after Captain. Disney has them all in order.
He's doing them in the order that Disney's doing them in the timeline order.
Yes,
they released
chronological order. No, do it in release order.
You should watch them in chronological order.
Yes. I watch them in chronological order.
If you watch the chronological, you're gonna get spoiled, because some of the stuff that happens in the later movies that is chronologically before it messes it up.
No, you gotta watch chronological. You gotta watch chronological. That's the best way to watch it. I've watched them both regular. I watched every movie regular, and I've watched it chronological, and it's so much better chronological.
I think release order is better.
That's just
I agree with you.
Holly says she feels like she knows more than me, probably.
Probably.
I thought I was smart the other day when I realized that Tony Stark's dad was in Captain America. But it was the whole I was like mind blown. I was like, I know that. I know that
name.
Stark. Yes. Got it.
Oh my
God. Let's talk about the chat real quick. So we got Scooby that was in here right away. Andy Roberts was in here. Creative Minds, I think, is a new one, guys. We appreciate y'all for coming. JKL Awesome as always. Discovery Bay Comics is sitting in the panel.
I'm in the
and looks like we have K Titus that also has another earthquake that hit. Guys, it's sorry to hear that.
Japan.
And Holly Roberts. Holly says she knows more than me. You do know more than
Entropy. Entropy in comics has popped in. Thanks for.
We just need to start the new hashtag Wayne MCU Wayne reaction.
Well, I'll start recording this for y'all. But should I watch it in the timeline, or should I watch it?
Put that as a question, a poll on your community page.
I will.
Yeah, chronological or release order. Yeah.
Let's see what the Wayne Code Crew has to say about the subject.
Who wants to start us off, though? This was, look, I keep saying that this was my favorite episode. I think every time we do this, I'm like, this is my favorite episode.
Because they get so much better.
They did something. They did something different in this episode. Now, of course, I said JKL is going to run, go this, but I was so excited right from the beginning because and if you notice in the past episodes, they always had like a scene before they got into the opening sequence of the show. Whereas this time, now they're in the 90s. The 90s typically went straight into the opening, monologue or whatever it is first, and then goes into the show. And of course, they go after. I think one of my favorite '90s shows. I love that.
That's what I was about to ask you.
Was Malcolm in the Middle?
Yeah, I never watched
Malcolm in the Middle. I knew it. The moment I saw it, I knew where it's from.
I didn't know, and I couldn't figure it out.
I knew what the intro was from, but I never watched the show. But I knew the intro. I knew what
I was a big Malcolm in the Middle fan, and they even played it off like where they had Tommy kind of talking to the camera, kind of like Malcolm in the Middle does. Stuff like that, fantastic. The costumes, the fact that yes, they were portraying them to be someone else inside the show. I think the fact that we got to see original costumes from all of them, except for technically the only one that wasn't an original costume was Tommy.
Speed.
He was not in an original costume. He was actually in Quicksilver's original costume. But
they did have him in his original colors.
Yeah. Wiccan was in his costume from Young Avengers.
There's so much in the intro part you're skipping through, though, man.
Oh yeah,
we got a new cast member. Agnes is now officially a cast member of the show.
She's been in every episode.
Well, because I think
totally breaking the fourth wall with Petro as himself. How many times did he break the fourth wall in this?
Go back one real quick. Go back one because you got to go back to Agnes because there's a thing with that.
Go back to Agnes.
And I actually rewound and looked at this again and I wanted to say, okay, you got to remember, I think Agnes is also there as we've said many times before. Agnes is, of course, where we're still saying is Agatha Harkness. But if you notice, there's a key to this frame right here. You got Agnes. Yes, cool. They're bringing Agnes as part of a show member, but she's there with the two boys, specifically with the two boys. Agnes is there to protect the two boys at this point for Mephisto, is where I'm saying. But I just thought it was very weird that the first time she was in one of these opening sequences, she was there with the two boys, and it kind of is like, okay, there's some sense being made here. And of course, Pietro being added in there as being portrayed as the crazy uncle. But he's I've got a big theory with him, and there's something there.
Well, I kind of threw this picture up early because you remember, don't ever skip those early scenes, man. Those early scenes. Yeah, and in the early scenes in the flashback, they actually showed this scene from the movie.
The first time they showed movie
this
shots
scene from the movie Age of Ultron in the pre-credit. You think you're only going to see scenes from the previous episodes. No, this is the first time I've ever seen them do that, and I think they had to do this to set context to what happens later on.
Right, with Pietro.
Because again, this was one of those ones where my wife looked at it and said, "Oh, is that him? Is that how he died?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, you saw the movie. You don't remember seeing the movie?"
Real Pietro.
Right.
Yes, that was the real Pietro.
So now, hold on. We are missing one thing before we go here. In fact, I don't know because I know JK and L and I both JK talked about. I'm getting all confused. I'm so excited.
Too many letter channels.
Yeah, I know, too many letters.
JLH, JKL, JKL.
I know he does it as well as I do it. We turn on closed caption, not because we can't, understand what's going on, but there's so many details in that. If you go back and watch the theme song, put on closed caption, the words that are being said.
I got all the words here. You want me to read them off?
Actually, I'm glad you did that because I can write them down. But it actually explains a lot of what is going on. I don't think people picked up on that.
Yeah.
What was it saying? I missed it.
Says,
I missed it.
Don't try to fight the chaos. Don't question what you've done. The game can try to play us. Don't let it stop the fun. Sorry. Some days it's all confusion. Easy come and easy go. What if it's all an illusion? Sit back and enjoy the show. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep going. Through each distorted day, though there may be no way of knowing who's coming to play. Ha.
Everything, because of course you start right there in the beginning. You got chaos magic. We all know that Wanda is her magic is chaos magic.
Saying, don't question what you've done, meaning don't worry about all the bad stuff, right? Because you see people are suffering, and you can see she's kind of her and even Vision are kind of see, okay, these people are suffering, but Pietro, which we'll get to, I guess.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
And the lyrics to the song are telling her, don't worry about it. Like, they're better off here than what they could be going through. It's like don't stop, keep it going. It's pretty much telling her, like, just keep going. Don't worry about it. Keep going. So it's pushing her further and further for whatever the ultimate conclusion of this is going to be. That's pretty cool that they fit it into the theme song.
When I saw all the lyrics, I was like, oh my God, this explains the entire thing.
Yep.
What did you guys think of the narration coming from the point of view of
Billy?
Billy.
I thought it was great.
That was cool. That was Malcolm in the Middle. That was what they did. So yeah. And we know that's coming anyway, because they're gonna do a riff on Modern Family, which is also another one where they break the fourth wall. So, that was cool. And it also gives context to people who might not understand what's going on. He's kind of explaining it to them. So,
I love that. By the way, look how close that costume is to his comic book costume.
So
they went back to him at a very important part too, right? Kind of in the beginning, and it kind of like I said, there's a Malcolm Middle moment, but it was pretty good.
Yeah. What do you mean fourth wall? Because I thought that we were the fourth wall.
That's right.
When a character talks to the audience, that's breaking the fourth wall.
When they turn to the camera and start talking to you directly, that's And it's happened in comic books.
Deadpool does it all the
time. Deadpool,
awesome.
Deadpool is known for it, but She-Hulk did it first before Deadpool.
Yeah, She-Hulk did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did.
I didn't know that.
Cool. And the best thing I love about the lyrics is the last line where it says, "Who's coming by to play?" So they're telling us somebody else is coming. So whether it's Mephisto, whether it's Nightmare, whether it's the Grim Reaper, like somebody else is coming.
Wait, I'm trying to read. Would you like Marvel Legends WandaVision? Or I like the WandaVision pops better than I like the Legends, to be honest with you. Only because I'm not as big on the Legends, but that's just a personal preference.
I want to talk about this outfit for a second, though. Is this supposed to be like a play on Magneto's outfit?
No,
that's her costume. That's her costume from the comics.
But so this is actually I was proud of you, Wade, because there is something in here, and I don't know if you picked up on it, but there is a spot in this episode that actually has a play on Magneto.
I did kind of catch up on it, I think, while they were at the theater or in front of the theater. No.
Well, yes.
Well, last week's episode, they had a Magneto reference that I missed. Somebody picked up on it, and they were talking about it. When she turned the guns on Hayward,
yes,
and then she walked away and flicked her wrist.
Yes,
Magneto does the same thing.
Yes.
Somebody put it together. I saw it on YouTube. I was like, "Oh, I missed that. That was so awesome." So yeah, that was that. Anyway,
Chris, keep walking us through it.
Okay, so there's a couple things that end up happening here. She comes down in her outfit.
Yep.
Vision comes down in his outfit and kind of explains that he's not going to be part of the trick-or-treating, that he's going to do something different.
There's also a little bit of tension here because...
And there's some tension there because it's part of the "you're not going to control me" type of narrative that that he's putting out there.
Yeah, and when she mentions about his costume, he's like, "Well, it's the only thing that was in my closet." Like
I like that explanation. What's the only thing in the closet? What do you mean?
Right.
And this is where Billy looks at the camera and says, "Hey, they've been arguing. Well, not arguing, but is that what he says? Arguing? I'm not sure what word he uses.
They've been fighting, but not really. Something like that." He said.
And then here comes the uncle to say, "Hey, what's going on? We got a problem." Well, what do you know exactly what he says, JKL? Because it's
there
huge.
There is something he said. Well, I'll take it. They need a father figure.
Yeah, well, no, he said he had something. I have the XY.
Oh, the XY chromosome. Yeah, he said I have
chromosome or whatever it is, XY
Yes.
chromosome.
I forgot about that.
This is a big thing because it actually brings up later on with what's her name that was in the bubble and came out. I can't remember her name right now.
Monica Rambeau.
It's a big thing with this because this is actually when I saw this and I heard that I was like, wait, and then also I seen what happened with Monica. I'm like, crap, this is how they're introducing the mutants into the MCU. I don't know if you guys picked up on that at all.
Yeah, possibly.
That's where I was going with it. So
because go ahead.
And I know, guys in the chat, this makes no sense right now.
Hold that picture.
As we get to that at the very, very end, because at the very, very end is where that theory is going to come in. So we'll explain that. Just hang on with us for a little bit to explain that that mutants part.
Wayne is a director right now. He feels like the director's chair. He's like popping back and forth.
I wanted to talk about this particular picture that JB has up. Now, we all know that they hated S.H.I.E.L.D., right? They hated Stark and S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that. But Pietro is dressed as Nick Fury.
Yeah.
And she can be Natasha because the red hair with the blonde coming out. Remember, she was growing out her hair? Because remember, she dyed it blonde, and when she started growing out her hair, her red was coming back.
Which of course, Nick Fury and Natasha wouldn't have been around when they were kids.
Right, and that's another thing. So he's remembering things differently from how that's why she was like, I remember that differently. So
you guys have your theories of who Pietro actually is?
I think he's Nightmare, and I'm gonna tell you why. They mentioned Nightmare.
That is a very good possibility. I do think so.
There's two lines in this episode where they say the word Nightmare, and Nightmare's powers were actually he was able to create illusions.
I think
so. If he helped Wanda create this illusion somehow, and it just went out of his control, okay, now he shows up as somebody from her memory, but he doesn't have the full story, so he's kind of playing along, trying to.
Yeah, actually, I do like that theory now. Actually, that completely.
Yeah, I think he might be Nightmare.
Plus, is like, never mind. I'm not even going to say mine anymore.
No, I was actually thinking Grim Reaper too a little bit, and that was only because the only reason I was saying Grim Reaper is because of the part later on when she sees that he's dead, and I was originally I was thinking Grim Reaper because he has the ability to show people, death.
Right. And it could have still been Nightmare too, though, because the fact that he kept scaring her.
I like the better idea of Nightmare, to be honest.
Because he kept scaring her, and also the necklace he's wearing. He was wearing it in last episode. He's wearing it this episode. It's almost like a totem, like Agnes's totem. Because remember, in the last two episodes, you haven't seen Agnes wear her brooch. It's nowhere on her, and you see now she's kind of falling into the script of things.
Well, that Nightmare does even make even more sense because even after this, once Vision left, there was that moment where Quicksilver had that really scary face to him, and it scared Wanda and got her back into not worrying about where Vision went.
Yeah, he scared the kids. He scared her a couple of times. Like he's what happens in your nightmares. You get scared. So I don't know if it's true. I'm just.
It's a very good theory. It's a very good theory.
Every scene that he's been in, though, there's a death character that's somewhere close to him in that Halloween. So if you see where he was like running around, they have that big, tall-looking plague doctor that's almost like half dead behind Wanda. And then when they were at the theater, you had the whole like I'm not going to talk about the billboard right now, but you also had another like skeleton child that was there that was right there close to him. I say he's the Grim Reaper.
Well, and somebody dressed as Jason in one of the scenes with him too.
Did you pick up on the witch's house, possibly Agnes's house?
Yep. There was a witch house. The very first scene where they're outside with the kids. There's a cauldron out front. They got cats hanging. A giant black cat in the background. Yep.
Well, the giant black cat is kind of a precursor to Agatha Harkness's cat, who can actually change into like a panther.
Yesy Lou, how you doing, brother? So to me it feels like everywhere he goes throughout this episode that there's some form of death that's close to him. So I think that he's going to be the Grim Reaper, is where we're going to see him end up.
Well, but before we get to the front scene, of course, we got to trail back because all of a sudden it goes in. And there was a moment where I had to say, and I always forget the agent's name, but I'm like, holy crap, he is a badass. Because you always thought
Jimmy Woo? Yeah.
He always seems to be this nice person. So after it talks about that Vision had to go to the thing and they scare him, so it goes back out here. We realize even more of how much the director is a sleazeball. And to be honest with you, I still think the theory of he's trying to still make Vision into a weapon. He's still trying to make Vision into a weapon. I think that's a correct statement.
I think that's a very correct statement. That's what's going on there.
Yeah,
the reason he doesn't like Wanda is because Wanda took his pieces where he was creating a weapon out of them.
Well, I mean, how are they tracking him if they didn't do some kind of like dissecting of him and start to use his software? I mean, there's something going on right there. That was, I think, a very key.
I think she mentioned it was the decay of vibranium.
Yeah.
But he had a tracker in him already, because remember, Stark had a tracker in him. Because remember in which one was it? Infinity War, they mentioned that he turned off his tracker. So there's a tracker in him. It's just a matter if they figured out how to access it. But they were also talking about vibranium decay, which I didn't know was a thing. I didn't know vibranium could decay.
We know now. We learned something new.
I learned something new. I'm like, vibranium decay. Wait a minute. That's not a thing.
But they go to him. They realize
what's our theory with this guy?
They're trying to explain to the director that Wanda's not a bad person. Blah, blah. He doesn't want to hear it because he's got a bad thing against Wanda anyways. And
I think he has a problem with superpowered people.
I think he has a problem with superheroes
because he also brings up her connection to Captain Marvel.
Yep. And then he also mentions that the people who were blipped away had no idea what it was like.
That was a mean point to make, especially. And I saw that, I'm like, dude, you're a sleaze.
Yeah.
Because I think that was yes, she was blipped, but it wasn't her choice. She was blipped.
Right.
But it is what it is, and it probably wasn't easy on any of them. But to bring your mom into that, I was like, that's just wrong.
Yeah, that part was messed up. Like, it was a good thing you weren't here when your mom died. I was like, what? Oh, he would have got punched. I'm sorry.
So he kicked him off the base.
So he kicked him off the base, and then Jimmy. I
don't have any photos of that, but yeah, Jimmy goes all rogue.
Oh, Jimmy goes rogue, and he beats the crap out of him. It was awesome. I was like, oh man, he's a badass.
Yeah. And I like that scene because, like you were saying, he's this goofy character, this jokey character, and most times you think the jokey character don't have any skills, but he's an FBI agent.
And even when you saw him in Ant-Man and Wasp, you didn't really, this is the first time you really have ever seen him fight at all. And it was like, oh wow, you're taken back because he's like supposed to want to be nice to everybody, everything like that.
And I related to that so much because there's so many times people take my niceness, my sweetness for weakness, they say, because people think, oh, he's such a good guy. They think they can take advantage. But when that side of me comes out, people are like, okay.
J.K. Lawson, a.k.a. Jimmy Woo.
Exactly. I'll take it. They get Jimmy Woo all day.
They love that system. They discovered that Vision, they're tracking Vision through that decay y'all were just talking about.
They're tracking everybody. They're tracking everybody.
They're only tracking everybody through Vision.
Through Vision, yeah.
See, they have all the blue dots are the people, and doesn't she notice as he's getting farther to the edge that the blue dots stop moving?
Yep.
But all the activity is at the center of the hex.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that it has something to do with Wanda, though, right? The further they get away from Wanda, the less they move. I'm thinking.
You got to remember, it's a TV show. They got to all be around, but they're not going to move and play their part until Wanda comes around.
Right.
That's how I saw it too. I saw it. It's both, really. I think it's like wherever she is, that's where the concentration of energy is. So as you get further away from her,
And then they drop that commercial, right? Right about this time, they dropped that.
A little bit later, but the commercial I think was.
No, it's right after. It's right after Vision goes and sees Agnes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Do we want to talk about them going to the center because there's some like dialogue here. He's like just breaking the fourth wall here and just like, hey, you wanted me here. I'm the I'm the comedy relief on the special, the holiday special, right? I mean,
and he specifically talked about it. he specifically talked about being a show.
Yeah, he said,
Yeah,
"I'm there to play my part."
Yeah.
I didn't get the whole quote, but he said he's
He
there
didn't
to play his
know the whole
part.
text. But when he yelled back at the kids, when they were going to go trick or treat,
Unleash
I was
hell,
like,
demon
oh my
spawn.
god.
That's what he said.
Demon spawn.
Unleash hell, demon spawn.
And for a split second, when he looks back at Wanda, you can see he was kind of nervous. Then he kind of put that smile on, like he was like, "Ooh, did I just mess up? Oh no, we're good."
And she's trying to test him. You know, she tries to test him with a question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, about their childhood.
Yeah, about the some
Yeah,
kid.
what was the name of that boy that used to, you know, whatever?
But notice he didn't answer the question.
Me.
He didn't answer the question.
He's not in the trance at all.
Well, no, but he says, he goes, the last thing I remember was getting shot and then your voice calling me.
Right. But anybody could have said that, though. That don't mean
everybody knew Pietro was shot. Right. Everybody knew. And then
Monica knew he was shot.
If he was in the background and knowing what's going on, he's going to know that she was saying Pietro's name a lot. Right. And boom. Okay, that's a perfect spot to bring him in.
Right. So that
even in this scene, though, this was another one of those scenes where the character actually acted like it was a production. He acknowledged that it was a production, not acted. I mean, he acknowledged.
He asked her, "Is there anything you want changed?"
Yes.
She's like, he said, "Are you okay? Is there anything you want me to change?" And
yeah,
she was like, "No."
Again, it was kind of like he was out of the trance and he knew it was a show. But what's funny about this entire scene is he was calling out. Hold on, we're gonna go back to what's his name?
Oh, all the stuff that happened before it happened.
He was saying what it was before they were doing it.
Right.
Yes, he was announcing it before it was happening.
Telling him these things were all happening, but it was before it was being done.
Right. And he was getting it from his earpiece, so somebody was feeding him that information. See, I never watched Malcolm in the Middle, so I didn't know if that was a reference to the show where they did that. So, or if it was something where he was actually getting information. So that's for you to tell
me. Only because I've watched probably every episode of Malcolm in the Middle because I've binged it when it was on the seasons. That is not part of Malcolm in the Middle. But he is in front of the witch house, though.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I was like, okay, he's getting information of what's happening before it happens. Like, okay, so the producer or whoever
that's what I thought.
Yes. And Holly, I don't think they're aware now. I think I would probably say 95% of the people in that town are still under the trance.
Yeah,
I think there are specific people that are aware of what is going on.
Yeah, definitely Herb and definitely Agnes are aware. Yeah,
and Agnes, I'm sorry, but when we get to that part, Agnes was acting.
I think so too.
Any of that was real.
I think so too. When we get there, yeah. Then after that, they took Vision went and saw them. You know, all the people stuck in the loop. Yeah, you could see her tear. She was crying.
You could see her tear.
Yeah, she was stuck in the loop.
So what do you think the tear was about? Because I think that's how she's controlling them is through their grief, right?
The tear's real. The tear's real.
No, that's it. There, she's controlling them through their grief.
Yes.
Yeah. That was something that was mentioned before that when Monica said she felt grief.
Great catch.
And then Monica's going through her own grief.
See, Wayne's apart now.
I think then it jumps to this commercial.
Oh, I think
this commercial explains everything.
But
explain it to me then, because I'm lost.
This commercial was as 90s as it could get. By the way.
Oh yeah, Go Gert.
I think this is awesome. But this I think was a premonition into what would happen if she doesn't. You know, to me, I think it was a whole premonition.
I don't know about that. Go ahead. What else you got? Someone said they knew what it was.
She's controlling everything, right, in everyone. But I think she's getting weaker the longer she's doing it, which is causing these people to get caught in those moments where they just keep repeating what they're doing. And like this guy, he's repeating what he's doing so much he's not even eating. So you're just watching him waste away as the sun comes up and down and up and down and up and down. So if this continues, these people are going to start dying. I mean, they're caught in this trance, and she can only control so many people at one time. She can only control them, and everybody else she's kind of keeping in this vegetation state. And as they stay in that vegetation state, eventually they will die. I mean, that's what I think this commercial told us. Is the longevity of it is going to be death. I mean, that's what these people are looking at if something doesn't change.
See, Wayne's not just a pretty face over there.
No, he's not. Great job, man. That is great analysis.
My theory on the
going there with
commercial,
that.
I didn't think that, but
That's a great
I wasn't thinking that at all.
My
That's
theory on the
great.
commercial is the shark represents Mephisto, or the devil in this case, because anytime you make a deal with the devil, there's always a catch.
There's the catch. That's what I was
And
thinking.
he said, "I'm always
snacking." He was Mephisto too.
Right? And he gives him what he wants, but
he
the
said,
kid,
I'm
you can't get it
snacking
open.
on your magic. I'm snacking on your magic, which he's probably snacking on Wanda's magic.
Yes.
But
You got it.
He gave him the yogurt, but he couldn't open the yogurt. So he gave him what he wanted, but he couldn't benefit from it. So I think that's a precursor of what's going to happen. He gave Wanda the life she wanted. Vision is back. She got her kids. This happy town, but she's not going to be able to reap the benefits of that. It's not permanent.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
that works too.
I think
He's going to
also-
snack on her magic till she dies.
I think that was more of a reference toward them though than it was. I think you're right on the shark being toward Wanda, right? I gave you what you want, but Wanda gave these people what they wanted, right? She gave them peace, even though
they're not
creepy.
though. None
But
of
they
them
all-
are peace.
Well, I
They're
think
still
that was
sitting
some
in
of the
grief.
that's some of the narrative that happens a little bit later, where they're sitting down and he says, because she asks him, "You don't think this is bad?
Yeah.
You know
He's like,
what
"No,
I've
they have
done
better
here?"
lives." Yeah. He's saying
And he goes, "Hey, you've come a
people
long
in
way
bed.
from giving people nightmares and what do you say?
Yeah.
Nightmare
Nightmare
dreams."
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew specifically about her red magic and her putting stuff. So I mean, he knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in the
think
town
that-
square, we also had. What do you guys think that the two movies that were on the marquee represent?
Oh yeah, the Incredibles,
and Parent Trap.
and Parent Trap.
Yeah, the
So
only
you have
part
the-
I caught on that was trap. What was the whole trap part that they put on there? I mean, at this point in the show, I feel like she got set up.
Well, hold on though. I think there's a great analogy between the Incredibles. I mean, you're talking about a family of
superpowered family.
superpowers,
Yeah.
and all their family. They're a family of superpowers.
And remember, Dash had the speed, and Violet had the hex powers. So it's a good reference. And also, the Parent Trap. Remember, it's about twins who swap places. Now, of course, Wanda and Pietro are twins, but I don't think it's referencing them. I think it's referencing
And now
the fact
we
that they
see
used
that
a
the
different
kids-
Quicksilver. They swapped.
The kids have developed
Quicksilvers.
powers.
Well, hold on. We did skip over one complete area where they were when they were hacking these. They're talking about with Monica and them. They're talking about hacking in, but then when they were talking, Jimmy and them were saying we got to get back into the bubble. She goes, "I wouldn't. You can't go back in the bubble because she found her blood samples inside this computer and realized they're mutated. They're taking to conform to what was from there. She was afraid that if she went back in there, it was going to really develop. And I think that's where some of this is coming from, because she may have that X gene in her, which of course we know is from the X-Men. That X gene makes them mutate, and that's how they get their superpowers.
Right.
And sometimes you need that spark, kind of like a Deadpool. They already had the X gene, and then you need that spark to bring it out.
So, all right. So here's the theory of all. There's my latest theory with just based on what you just said there. This X gene is supposedly laying dormant in everybody, right? And it's what activates it. It's what activates it. The end of this show is the Hex takes over the planet for just a moment and activates all the different X genes that are out there.
There is a good possibility
that might happen.
Takes over.
Yeah, the fact that at the end of the episode they show her expanded, I think by the end of the show she's just gonna lose it, let it go, and it's gonna cover the whole Earth, and that is
gonna activate all these X genes, and that's how mutants will be introduced. I think it's just brilliant.
I agree.
I didn't think about that.
I saw that and I was like, "Oh my God, that's how they're introducing."
Yeah, but there's other files in there. I'm going to show you that.
But it also makes sense if they do it that way. It also makes sense to why you can answer the point of during the whole Thanos, where were
it wasn't available because it hadn't been activated.
Right. So and there's still a possibility that mutants were around.
You saw the Project C4. I noticed that one too.
Yeah, C4. What's that? 118 or something?
113.
113. It's in reference to the Fantastic Four.
Possibly.
And I believe that 113 is in reference to issue 113, as well as there's I don't know if you caught another one. There is another one I think that she looked at that had not that one. There's another one that had a reference to issue what I can't remember the.
Yeah, I don't remember all the numbers.
There was one that was in reference to issue 123, and that was a one where it was actually a battle with Wanda.
Yeah, they usually drop those issue number references. I don't ever look them up, but I know that usually that's what they are, so I don't even bother.
Right now, there's also the we still don't know. Monica looks down her phone, says, "Oh, the person who's going to get me in is here. We need to meet him over the ridge. Let's go.
Gotta go meet my guy." She said.
Stark.
Who and now she definitely says it's a guy. She definitely says it's a guy this time. So now any speculation of any women characters are off the board.
Right.
There's a new character that's been kind of
gender neutral.
Oh, mind you, she did talk about her contact, right? Is that where we're at?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about
right now.
That's exactly where we're at.
That's where I'm at right now. It does mention a guy. Could it potentially be?
It is Mr. Fantastic. No, it's Fantastic.
If it was Adam Brashear, that would be awesome.
It's Doctor Strange.
Awesome.
That would be so awesome.
It's
And how about this? Maybe he wasn't. His gene didn't get activated until he gets caught into the bubble.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
But see, the thing with Adam Brashear,
the Fantastic Four got theirs in the outer space.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, they could retcon that too, though. But
before we pass over it, she's mentioning this, and for anybody that is watching, know that Monica Rambeau in the comic books does become a superhero.
Yes. Captain Marvel, Spectrum, Photon. She had like a billion different names.
Yes.
I think she was best known as Spectrum, though.
Possibly, yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Photon.
But I know she had her own comic as Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
I think she had like a 4-issue run or something like that.
And you notice she used Captain Marvel's star, too.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what she becomes in the show. Probably going to be Spectrum because her mother was Photon. And you think, okay, as an homage to her mom, she would call herself Photon. But I think she might just use Spectrum.
What did we think when Vision decided that he was going out of the circle? What did we think? I know what I thought was.
Hold on. We did skip a very important part. Agnes.
What did we skip?
Agnes.
That was
Do you think she's faking it? You think she was faking the whole thing?
I think she's faking it.
I don't think so.
Because remember, everybody else that far out wasn't even moving. Vision specifically went up to somebody before this and spoke to them. They didn't even acknowledge him. And she's further away, so how come she can still talk?
Here's also why I'm saying she's faking it, because when he first got to her, she was in the trance, kind of like when he walked up to that family where the lady was waiting for her kids to trick or treat, and they were stuck in that point, and then supposedly he popped her out of the trance, and she's like, "Oh, you're an Avenger," blah blah blah, and what's funny is when Allison he seems like he put her back into the trance. If she was that far out and Wanda wasn't anywhere around, she should have just been sitting there. But she goes, okie dokie, and she leaves.
And before he even touched her, she was talking.
Yeah.
So how come everybody else that far out wasn't even talking, wasn't even moving, but yet she was still able to talk and move before he even touched her?
One of the points that she makes is how come he doesn't know he was an Avenger?
Right. Because but he said last episode he can't remember anything before moving to Westview, so that explains it.
This picture right here is also the Magneto reference too. Ellis Ave.
This one is
Ellis Ave. You got to remember, where did Magneto first come into the United States from? A
lot of people came into the United States from Ellis Ave.
Yeah. Exactly,
but this is a scene that's important too because the child learns that he has powers. Mm-hmm. Right, he would develop powers first.
Right,
and she's gonna let him run around, and she specifically says, Don't go past
Ellis Ave.
Yeah,
Ellis. So this was the border, and she knew it.
Yep.
Yes. I still think she's in full control. I mean, she knows what's going on. She just doesn't want to turn it off.
All right. Well, I guess this is it. He's gonna...
Agnes was faking that entire thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Agnes was faking that. At first, when I first watched it, I thought she was a part of, like she was caught up in it.
Until she started cackling like a witch.
When I watched it the second time, I was like, but she was able to move and talk. So, yeah, I don't buy it.
And then she started cackling like a witch. I'm like, dude, she's faking it.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that she was hackling when he woke her up.
He never touched her.
Yeah, he did
woke her up.
He woke her up out of it. And then he woke her up into it.
But she was mumbling prior to that, where nobody else was even moving at all.
Yeah. Before he touched her, she was still moving and talking, which is why I think she was faking.
Yeah, I don't know.
He did the wake up thing, and she just played along with it, you know.
And then all of a sudden, she got up and left right afterward, where everybody else is still frozen in time.
Right. And another thing that is kind of off is that she says she got lost, like which I think she's not from Westview. She probably isn't somebody who's there. First of all, they still haven't found a picture of her. So
I think she was trying to leave.
And she was probably trying to leave. Second of all, how many of you gotten lost in your hometown? You may have taken the wrong turn, but you wouldn't say I got lost. You would have said, okay, I took a wrong turn. She specifically said she got lost. So that's kind of one of those light bulb moments, like, oh, something's not right here.
I think she was trying to get out, and she just got caught. I mean, like she even said, Wanda won't even let them think about leaving.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know.
Yeah, it's a very good point. She was trying to leave.
Yeah, I think that she was trying to get out of there, and she got caught. Wanda stopped her. She said, "You're not leaving," and she just got stuck right there. I mean, that's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's where I'm at with that one. I think that she knows what's going on, but she's not playing a bigger role in it as I want to believe. Of
course, Vision goes through, and he starts to tear apart.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. Did y'all see that coming?
I did.
I thought it was just going to fall over.
You already know.
No, I saw it. Yeah, you kind of saw it, whereas in that preview where the cape was still getting pulled backward, you could see that there was a hole.
He was outside.
Back to the hex. But now here's where this moment, this awakens the other child's abilities.
Wiccan's ability, his telekinesis ability.
And he feels it, and he stops his brother and immediately says, "Hey, I gotta find mom."
Did you notice that his power?
Now I got a question for you, and I took this picture, but since Vision basically fell once he was outside of the hex, back to the state with which she found him, basically, which is dead. Does that confirm what we've all kind of didn't want to say? We've joked around, but she done been Weekend and Bernie the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
I think the same thing with her brother, with the exception that
the brother. I think because they've been watching him. Mephisto's been watching that, and they want to bring him in to try to calm her down, because you got to remember when did Quicksilver come in? When Vision was pushing her to say what is really wrong.
Because what's really right was a distraction.
Vision was the thing keeping her calm at first. Now they started butting heads, so they brought something else in.
To keep her calm. There's always something keeping her calm. Yeah.
So go back to where you were showing the one kid, Wiccan, when you were showing him.
Wiccan's powers are blue and not red.
But the TV behind him, was it playing the old 50s Frankenstein where he was busting through the fence?
I couldn't tell what it was playing.
I thought
it was the old movie called Maniac. It's an old movie from 1934. It's a real cheesy movie. It's definitely worth watching, but not because it's good, because it's so bad. That's what I'm going to check out now.
Creative mind. He technically can't die again. He's still dead.
Right. He is.
Well, I mean, that's true.
Oh, I didn't get that scene. I didn't get a picture of that because he makes that comment.
He makes that comment. He's like, well, you can't. After Wiccan feels and says she's dead,
husband can't die again.
He does. He's like, well, your husband can't die again, and she's like, get out of the way.
Yep. Just blast
now her solution is, you know what? I know She asked her son, what do you see? He says he sees guns, which means she understands that he's
outside.
Vision's on the wrong side, so she decides to make it bigger.
Yep. Gonna expand
and as soon as it engulfs him, he's back to what looks like whole. I didn't see him move, but it did make him back to whole. But then as it takes over everything, some of the imagery, I mean, it
was hilarious. It turned it all into a carnival. That was
Did you notice what she turned all the military people into?
I got those two right next. I got them next right here.
That's what she thinks.
I got a before and after. You ready? Here's the before. These guys are running away from the Hex. And then the after it takes them over.
He turned them all into clowns and mine.
I think that this is going to be something that we need to remember right here, because I think this is where they're going to actually put a plant in Wanda's TV show, because the whole like parent trap, the whole parent got like blanked out for a long time there, and it was just trap. Is she was going through the whole conversation with her brother. I think that this is going to come back to bite her.
Yeah, but you can if you want to go in that realm too, you could say, well, the trap has been what Mephisto's been working at the whole time. Because remember, these are Mephisto's kids.
Right. Well, I think he's just getting his kids. I think that's all that's going on there.
Yeah, but he's got to trap her and make her think of something else, so that way he can take it. Because remember, Wanda goes batshit crazy.
Yep. Christine, how are you doing? No, I think that this is going to do it for sure. This is definitely going to do it, but I don't think that she's going to end it on her own. I'm not going to say how I think this is going to end. Just yet. I'm going to wait a minute. I think that Vision's going to end it. I think that
you also know that Vision does come back. From the comic book standpoint, Vision does eventually get rebuilt. But I think the director's point of trying to get Vision is not only to make him a weapon, but I think he's also trying to bring Ultron back.
Yeah, I think
Vision was supposed to be Ultron.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's necessarily trying to bring Ultron back, but he's trying to bring back an Ultron type of entity that they can control, because they want to be able to control it. Because the government always wants to control something.
I seriously think that this is going to end with Vision blowing himself up. That's what I think. That's how I think this is going to go. I think that it's going to get, the Hex is going to get blown away when Vision blows himself up, and that's how I think this is going to end up in the end, because he still is an Avenger. He still is all about what's right and what's wrong.
Right. Even though he doesn't know what the Avengers are.
Yep.
He doesn't know. When he went outside the bubble, what did he say? Help the people. Help the people. He didn't say help me. He said help the people.
No. Yeah, help the people. And now Marcy or what's her name?
Darcy.
She's in.
Yeah, she's in.
Piece of information. She got through that last firewall. She picked up some piece of information that she did not disclose. Right. So
she didn't tell anybody.
Will she be able to get that information out when she's in there?
Yeah.
Because remember, she was trying to figure out.
We talked about spoilers stuff. Are we going to talk about the ultimate spoiler at the end here in the last 5 minutes for the next show, or should we not talk about that stuff?
I've already watched the promo.
Funko has done effed it up.
I haven't seen it.
I thought
Funko done.
You got to drop the spoiler
up. So I'm not going to say it up right there. If you want to know how Funko effed up freaking the next episode of WandaVision, go Google it. We're not going to go spoil the next episode. We're down with spoiling this episode because you should have watched it already. Right. But I don't want to be spoiled on the next episode like I just was by Funko. So if you want to be spoiled, go Google yourself Funko spoils WandaVision. Because that
means I have to stay off the internet for a week. I have to stay off YouTube for a week.
Unbelievable.
You're killing me.
That's stay off. Hey, I like the leaks that Funko puts out, but so I'm okay with knowing the leak. But
I really something. Does it have something to do with a 2-pack?
No.
They completely effed it up. They completely
effed it up, bro.
Don't tell me.
I had somebody texted the image to me yesterday, and I was like, "Are you?" Two of them are great. Two of them are great. We already know, but it completely unleashes what we've already been predicting, to be honest with you. But
we've been predicting, but still, I don't know. Anyway,
hopefully,
excellent episode, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being part of that. Right, that was good.
I say this is a spoiler, anyways. I say we just throw it up there.
We need JKL's. We need his Easter eggs here.
Easter eggs.
yes.
Oh
Easter
boy, we got
eggs.
some good ones.
All
First
right,
of
let's see if I
all,
got any images for him. I'll
we
see
all
if I got
know
any images.
they're
I got it.
wearing their comic accurate costumes, so that was pretty cool. Except for Speed, who was wearing Quicksilver's costume, but at the beginning he was wearing his colors from his costume.
What are his
Hayward
colors?
says green and gray,
Green and white.
Right there,
White.
right there.
Hayward says if we take her out, this whole nightmare ends. That was the first mention of nightmare.
I
The
didn't.
second one was Pietro says a pretty big leap from giving them nightmares. So,
Yeah,
and he also
there
says,
was a lot of nightmare references.
yeah, those were the two nightmare references. He also says Westview is charming as hell.
He did say that.
I
That was a
missed
good
that
one.
one. I missed that one.
Oh my god, I missed that one too.
Of course, we caught where he said unleash hell, demon spawn, which
I
we
love
all
that
know.
part. I jumped out of my seat.
After that, he also says, I think Billy says kick ass, and then Wanda turns around and goes kick ass. Okay, kick ass, the movie. Both people who played Quicksilver in both X-Men movies were in that movie. So both actors who played
Man, that's a
Quicksilver were in
great
the
one.
movie
How did I
Kick-Ass.
miss that?
That's a great
That was
reference.
cool.
Oh, that's a
Um,
great reference. I missed that.
Something that I don't know if it means something or not, but all the major characters were dressed in costumes that represent like their powers and who they were. And Agnes was a witch. Herb was dressed as Frankenstein. Don't know if it means something, but just putting it out there.
Awesome.
Because he's one of the people that's kind of aware. So does it mean something about him?
That's a good point.
Maybe he was brought back to life or something. Ooh, I don't know. Wanda and Billy were both able to stop Speed when he was super speeding around. So I think that might mean something later on because they both stopped him the same way. They put their arm out and stopped him. So
With magic.
with their magic. Not sure if it means anything, but usually when they show stuff like that, it comes back. Ellis Avenue, I thought that was a reference to Warren Ellis because he was a comic book writer. Not sure if he has anything to do with Avengers.
I think I had a Magneto reference. That was when I first saw it. That's what it was like. That's what reminded me of it.
Yeah, but there was a comic writer named Warren Ellis. I remember the name because he wrote some cool stories. I don't remember all the names, but I picked up on that one. I was like, oh, Warren Ellis, cool. Let me see. When Pietro asks where was she hiding the kids, a question that we were all asking, like where the hell were the kids? Considering that she can't make something out of nothing, that means the kids were always there. They were just what, sleeping. Where were they? What was going on? Let me see. Of course, Pietro was encouraging her to not feel bad for her actions, which is something he did in the House of M story. When he made her create a new reality, he was like, listen, don't feel bad about it. Screw it. So it's kind of like picking up the same thing. Let's see.
Did anyone pick up the tattoo that? I don't think it's true. There's going over the internet but the thing is, I think that's an actual tattoo that that actor actually has. But if you go to the scene where just around the time where he has a sleeveless shirt on, there's some people that actually can just kind of cut off a little bit, and some people say that it says HOM, which could be a reference to House of M, or it could be like an MOM, which you think.
Yeah, I thought it said mom.
Magneto. But some people are saying it could be an H, not an M, which would be a reference to House of M. But somebody else said that is an actual tattoo that actor actually has on him. So it actually is okay.
I didn't really pay attention to it. I assumed it said mom because I saw the OM, so I just assumed it said mom. See, now I got to go back and look for that. Pietro says when she was talking to Wanda, your dead husband can't die again, but he literally died twice in Infinity War. So
he did.
He did. That's funny.
The file that they unlocked from Hayward was the cataract file, and if you don't know, cataracts is when your vision goes blurry. Don't know if that was a reference, but it was just kind of cool, like cataracts. Okay, blurry vision. Okay. this is just a theory of mine. Might not pan out, but what if Westview was actually a town of mutants? Maybe they were like a secret town of mutants already. Because when Herb in the other last episode, not the last episode, but the episode where he was like, he was about to tell Vision, we're all, like maybe he was gonna say we're all mutants.
We're all what?
Like, just putting it out there. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it popped in my head. I said, so I'm gonna write it down. Let me see. Oh, in the beginning, opening sequence, when they showed Agnes and she had something written across the back of her sweatpants, although it was a 90s fashion, it said naughty. So she's probably naughty.
The naughty witch.
She's a bad guy.
Not the nice witch, the naughty witch.
Let me see. Something that was really cool. When Vision came outside of the bubble, when he steps, you can hear like loud like sounds like boom. So I'm thinking he increased his density because he could increase his mass so he wouldn't get pulled back in. Yeah.
Yes.
So every step he took, you heard it like boom, like it was a loud stomp. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And the last thing, again, not the last thing. Vision also has the Mind Stone in his head when he comes outside the hex.
And
remember, the Mind
even
Stone
when
was
he
destroyed.
goes down, the stone
right
is
there on his
still
head.
there.
Oh, wow.
So it came outside with him. So is it real? Is it still a manifestation? I don't know. We'll see. And the last thing, which I think would be cool, not necessarily an Easter egg, but Kat Dennings, the actress who plays Darcy, was in a sitcom called Two Broke Girls, which was around 2010-ish. So they're leading up to that era. Wouldn't it be cool if they did a riff on her show?
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, because
awesome.
was she a waitress? They were both waitresses or something?
Yeah, her and her
in
friend
a diner?
were waitresses. Yeah. So I've never watched it, but that would be cool if if you go into a diner and she's like the waitress in the diner. That would be a cool reference.
Who's ready for the ultimate Funko failure?
No, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I already uploaded it. I already uploaded the picture.
Jake Hale's gone. He's like, screw you guys. Hey, Connecticut, how you doing? I got to swing through this morning and watch Connecticut, man. I know you were live. I missed it.
Just tell me when to come back.
You better cover up your screen.
To cover up your screen.
And don't say anything because I have to hear you. Don't say anything.
Don't say anything. Oh man!
Well, I'm giving
no, wait. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't think everybody wants to be spoiled. Let's get a vote in the chat. If you guys want to see the old, if they wanted to see it, they can look it up themselves. Man, come on, don't do that.
Stop being a hater.
We're spoiling this show. We're not spoiling next show.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, Bewitched. Her name was Agnes, the actress who played the mother. That's pretty cool.
Hey, Robert, the comic book G-Spot is in the chat. How you doing? Kenneth Bird has stopped in. Connecticut Comics, who had a live streamer. Was it a live stream or was it a pre-recorded? Anyway, check out Connecticut Comics. He's doing good things.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping in, fellas. I appreciate you.
Great comic book stuff there. But yeah, the birth. This is basically going to be the birth of the mutants right here.
I'm telling you.
We're watching the birth of the mutants.
If the way they explained it, there's going to be a planet-wide event where she takes over the planet and turns on everyone's X gene.
I think there probably are some mutants around, but a very small amount.
Mother Scarlet Witch, he loves it.
All right. Well, what I will tell you though, JB, I won't show the picture, but I want
that's some BS right there, right?
It's BS, but I want them.
That's some BS.
I
gotta have it.
I gotta have it.
I gotta have it.
I want all four of them. I don't care.
I do too. Big time.
And stop talking about it. Damn it.
He ain't gonna make it to next.
I don't think I'm
make it to next Friday.
There's no way I can stay off the internet all week, man.
There's no way you can stay off the internet. It's gonna be out there, man.
We're gonna get
that's something I want to tell you.
By the end of the day, be like, God damn you guys.
What do you guys think is acceptable? I mean, I literally cannot go on anything. It's the very first thing I do from the moment I wake up. It's get a cup of coffee, pull the chair in front of the TV, turn the fireplace on. Because if you turn on any social media at
it's
all, you
WandaVision,
will be spoiled.
Oh yeah.
Even one of my close friends, now a close YouTube friend, Perry Comics, who I love more than anything, I was livid. I mean, I just watched the episode. I turned it off. I go to social media, and his thumbnail says, "It's getting bigger." I'm like, dude, you
saw
clicked
that.
on
Yeah,
the thumbnail. You put it on
bigger.
the thumbnail.
And I was thinking to myself, if I hadn't watched the episode and I saw that, I would immediately know what he was talking about.
You know exactly what he's talking about. He just spoiled it with 2 words. It's getting bigger.
It's getting real.
That's the only advantage I have to working night shift is because I get to watch it at 3:30 in the morning.
As soon as
So I've got nothing. Nobody's posted nothing. I can watch it fresh.
Yeah. Well, for me, like I wake up so early that usually, like JB said, the first thing I do, like I get myself ready for work in the morning. I go to work. Like not really any of my coworkers talk about it, so I'm like, all right, I'm cool there. But through the course of the day, every time I get a break, I can watch bits and pieces of it. So I mean, on Friday, I'm good. If I don't watch it Friday, though, I can usually make it to Saturday. But Friday, first thing I do when I get up is watch WandaVision. I gotta watch.
So do you guys want to hear the horrible story that I had for my Friday? I got to tell you this. It's a quick share. So I'm all set up. I got my chair like I normally do. Got my coffee. Get the TV on. But if you guys are on Disney Plus, there's another little remote control. It's a little tiny remote control for your Disney Plus. It's different than your TV's remote control. And I couldn't find it. And what's this remote? And the kids got candy everywhere, so I'm cleaning up the candy. Okay, where's the remote? Flipping the pillows. This is the reclining chair. I looked for 40 minutes before I went upstairs and woke my wife up and said, I can't find the goddamn remote for the Disney. And she's like, it's 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, I've been up for an hour. I can't find the remote. She went downstairs and sure enough, she found it right away. Made me feel like a complete jackass. I'm like,
oh boy,
it was right there. She's like, unbelievable.
She know who she married. You got to deal with that type of stuff. Listen.
Oh man.
You guys ordered some extra flowers tomorrow, JB.
Right.
By the way, because we have one of the things upstairs, you can't take the remote from upstairs and downstairs and try to use it. Because it don't work. Because I tried that. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe it's got dead batteries. So I changed them. I mean, 40 minutes of agony. When my wife finally came downstairs, I had 1,400 steps in an hour between the kitchen and the living room. 1,400 steps. That's how crazy I was. Going, I can't watch this. This is insane.
Oh, boy. That's hilarious.
JKO, what do you have going on next week you want to talk about? What do you got going on?
As far as videos and stuff, I don't know. You guys know already. I'm winging it. I'm trying to set up another interview with somebody. We'll see if that pans out. I got more stickers. Some of you guys should be getting your stickers in the mail soon. I mailed out a bunch of stickers. I got a Patreon finally. It's not live yet. It'll probably go live Monday. It's real crazy. There's tiers and stuff, but I'm trying something new, so we'll see if it works. If you guys like it, let me know. I want to ask you guys a question though, real quick. As far as the WandaVision and of course Mandalorian too, do you guys like the weekly episode releases, or would you prefer just a dump all at once?
Weekly. I
like the weekly.
I love it.
Because
I like time to break them down and analyze them. And
there's a lot of people that don't like them because they rather be able to just binge an entire season, like Stranger Things or something like that. Yeah. But when Disney Plus started doing this with Mandalorian doing it weekly, I was all for it. I was like, that is, and again, if you want to watch multiple shows, because sometimes when you binge stuff, you don't want to watch something else before you get to that.
It is. It's subscription service. Then they got people talking at the water cooler. And that's what it's all about.
The thing is,
it's the constant being in the media.
The reason why I say it's not genius, because this is what TV was. Yeah, you had to wait and the anticipation to watch your show on a certain night and then talk about it with your friends. And also,
Ooh.
I ask people this all the time, and the younger generation, they want the dump. They want it all at once. Our generation, we love the weekly format. It's definitely like, ask any young person.
God, I'm gonna date myself so bad right here. And I remember my dad had a routine, right? When he was kind of done and retired and getting there. And his routine was every Wednesday went to Walmart, looked for new movies, didn't necessarily watch them, but bought them. And, just that was his thing. Because as you get older, you look forward to things.
Yep.
No, well,
Looking forward to the Friday release, looking forward to this next thing is huge for me personally because of my well-being. It's like when I look in my week, I'm looking forward to WandaVision on Friday. I'm looking forward to this show on Saturdays, guys.
If you want to date yourself, do anybody remember every Friday night everyone was always at Blockbuster getting some videos for the weekend?
Standing in line at Blockbuster, man.
I didn't get the movies from Blockbuster. I used to get the video games, and I could take them home for the weekend. My friends come over, we get some chips, some chicken wings.
That was always everybody stop on the way home to stop at Blockbuster.
Stop at Blockbuster and gets
Oh, Chris, what do you got going on next week? You want to talk about? Anything?
Dude, I don't know. I'm flying. I got.
Everybody's. I don't know.
Really, honestly, I don't know. Video recorded of a mystery box. I'll probably do another band box. At some point, I got to talk to JKL about what crazy weird thing we're gonna eat this week.
Oh, I forgot that's this week.
Yeah.
I got my Wayne Co. Thank you, and I got TechBot. Your package came today too. So
wait,
I got those. Yeah, the thing I won. I don't even remember what pop it was.
I don't even remember what it was.
I don't even remember what pop it was. I know it's the Patreon.
I did get a box from JB yesterday. So.
Oh, there you go.
JB, anything going on?
Dude, I've got a lot of them going out actually. So I just checked my notification and Comic Books NYC is opening up a AOK from Discovery Bay Comics. I'm like, I should probably be in there. I should probably say hi.
I get what I won. I forgot what I get.
Did that guy with the Wolverine ever give you his information?
The guy with the Wolverine.
That won that Wolverine pop last night?
Yes, he did. And it'll go out on Tuesday. Because Monday's a holiday, come to find out.
Yeah,
President's Day holiday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Wayne's gone.
We lost Wayne. He's like, Wayne's World, Wayne's World.
You guys are taking too long. I'm out.
Yeah. You know what? Now's a perfect time for me to tell you what I got going on my channel. So, if you didn't notice, I've been doing these comic book unboxings live where I've got like a guest host on my panel, someone who's knowledgeable about the subject. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have this guy on my channel when I do my next unboxing of Pops because I've just purchased a whole bunch of Pops. Don't ask me why. But yes, I got a bunch of Pops and he's going to help me with that if he ever comes back. Is he gone? He's done.
I don't know. I think he just completely lost everything.
We lost him. Plus,
because we lost his
if you haven't,
that's just
I released
oh yeah, he's gone.
I released a 2-minute, 15-second top 10 comic book. Nothing to do with speculation. This is actually books I read. 10 comic books a week that I am physically going to the store to get. Yeah. And I make a video. It's only 2 minutes long. Check it out.
Yeah. I do want to give a shout out real quick too, because I see these every time after we're done the show, and I just happen to check my phone right now. Every single week in our panel show, Andy Roberts spams us on his Instagram page. He always sends me a link to it. It's fantastic. So we did want to thank the Roberts family for definitely helping us out
up on the big screen. I'll be like, "Oh, wow, they're watching us."
They show us on the TV, the big screen.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. JB, I was gonna say your top 10s. Like, I don't collect comics anymore, but I'm always tempted. I'll be looking at them like, "Oh, I should read that."
Moral of the story is my computer's been sitting here dying.
Oh, okay.
And I thought if I could like just make it through like the end, I could hit the end credits and we could go. But as you can see,
trying to get us off. You're like, okay, we gotta get out of here.
Like, can we stop talking? No, there is no short story. Will you stop already?
Got to speed this up a
That's why
little.
they have the private chat. You got a little private chat button. You go in there and you go wrap it up.
Well,
Yeah, we got the.
I got it. It's okay. It happens. It happens.
That's all right. We got to JB stuff in advance.
Yeah,
we just kept it rolling.
You know, I just had to like run up the stairs and grab my cord and then run back down the stairs and.
You know, really, actually, what he's saying, that's what he did. But really, he's going, oh, what the? Ah!
The screen just went black. It just went black.
One thing, real quick, before we get out of here.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys have talked about this, but do you guys know there's a White Castle slider pop coming?
A White Castle
No, but
slider.
I want it. I want it.
Guys, I don't have very many good stories about White Castle sliders.
Oh, I love White Castle. White Castle's so good.
Last time when you buy the brick,
But,
when you get the brick of them, how many are in the brick?
like 20?
It used to be 24. You had 12, 24.
Okay, I'll tell you. Hold on, there's fast, quick story. First time I White Castle, we never had them on the West Coast. I had to go to New Jersey for training. They had White Castles there. I'm like, hell yeah! I got off the airplane. I went and got me a bunch of White Castle. Went to the airport. And I was supposed to be in training all next day. I was back and forth to the bathroom like friggin' 20 times. And guy goes, "Hey, what'd you eat last night?" I said, "I had some White Castle." He goes, "Now you know why they call them sliders, don't you?"
Slider. Yep.
Oh man.
And that's not really the original story of how they got the name, but it fits so perfectly. Though.
It does fit.
That's
It really does fit. Guys, I truly appreciate y'all coming and hanging out as always, and I'll see y'all next week. Have a good one.
And if you are not already subscribed to these channels, this is the universe telling you that this is the time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're there, don't forget to turn on that bell notification. None of us really know why that bell notification is there, but you should definitely have it turned on for all the latest and greatest videos coming to you on the tube.